Hello, and welcome to my video, CGI versus practical effects. Now, when we go back in history, there's some pivotal points in time in cinema that changed everything forever. Myself, I grew up on practical effects, the original Star Wars, the original Mad Max, Road Warrior, movies like that. And then before that, you had cowboy movies and Indians and Westerns. And then in the mid to late 80s, CGI started to kick in. Right before that, you had stop motion, which dominated the special effects genre at the time. Now, there's some pivotal points. To me, I look at 1999. That's when The Phantom Menace came out. That whole movie was green screen practically. And it was an amazing feat at the time. It blew our minds and our eyeballs at the same time. And now, as a generation and as people of human nature, we're spoiled. We want more. We want more. Avatar rose the bar even higher. Now, recently, you had Infinity War, the Avengers, which was a CGI fest. And as great as that movie is, it doesn't feel tangible. You had a CGI villain. That's crazy. And I'm going to go back even further. Jurassic Park did it perfectly with a blend of CGI, practical effects, and also human beings walking around interacting with special effects and CGI. Now, which is better? It's hard to say. Myself, I'm old school. I like practical effects. So when J.J. Abrams came back and did Force Awakens, it felt lived in. It felt like a real world. It was so different than the prequels. I know a lot of people like the prequels. I don't hate them. I just couldn't feel what was actually happening because I knew it wasn't real. The cockpit wasn't real. The planets wasn't real. You know, we go on sets nowadays to Hawaii, to the desert, and it feels tangible and it feels real. Now, I want you guys out there to pick your one favorite movie that's your favorite action movie of all time, whether it's practical effects or whether it's all CGI. Pick one movie. Now, I'm going to show you a difference. Recently, I also seen that movie, Mission Impossible Fallout. The reason why the movie did so well, the best in its franchise history, we just came off a Skyscraper, which was a disgustingly CGI fest. I love The Rock. He did his job. He never felt like he was in danger because we knew it wasn't real. Opposed to Tom Cruise doing his own stunts, it felt real. You was on the edge of your seat. It was all in camera action and you felt it. And that's the difference. Another movie a few years ago, Mad Max Fury Road, was breakthrough ground history in filmmaking using practical effects. Again, that's why the movie did well. It's a cult hit also because it felt lived in. They built those cars. It was nothing like Fast and the Furious. You don't feel like they're going that fast because it's fake. CGI, and sometimes they use practical, but come on, it's not real. You know, go watch the original Gone in 60 Seconds. Go watch Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof. Now, that's a movie he don't get a lot of credit for all the time. That movie has the best car chase sequences done in recent years. That movie is awesome. And compare that to the remake of Gone in 60 Seconds, not even close. So my one pick of my favorite action movie of all time, you can only pick one on this list, I'm gonna have to go with the original first, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Perfect combination, practical effects and a little bit of CGI to taper it off when the stuff came out the Ark, the angels and the demons. That movie is almost perfect. No movie is ever perfect, but that's one that set the benchmark for practical and enough CGI. And the movie still holds up to this very day. You're still sitting on the edge of your seat because the stunts are real. It's not a CGI character jumping around like Spider-Man. It feels like a world that's lived in. They go on set, they go on location to these places and act it out. And the one thing this film had, before action heroes, you had Schwarzenegger, Stallone, you got The Rock. Harrison Ford is not a big muscular guy, but he's a great actor who did an action role, and you felt his peril and pain, and you felt like this could be me. And that's why the movie felt so good. That's why it's a groundbreaking movie of all time. So what do you choose? CGI versus practical effects? And what is your one favorite movie that's action-packed that holds up in your mind to this very day? With that said, hey, it's just my point of view. Then groundbreaking events happened later on in life in the late 80s. But I really look at 1999 when it really broke through with The Phantom Menace. That whole movie was CGI, very